If your Excel spreadsheet typically looks like this, you're in the right place. Let's learn how to make progress bars that are attached to charts to show project progress. I'm going to copy and paste this below. You can get this file on my website, executethevision.com, in the workbook. And let's delete everything here so you can see exactly how this works. I just pasted so formatting is easier. Equals count if, you want to get a count of all of the cells here that say yes. So if we type in yes, that means that it's done. Divided by the count of the due dates. This is how we're going to get our percent of progress. It shows divide by 0 because we have nothing there yet. Then let's use the repeat function for the progress bar. Type this exactly as shown. I am doing a 150 times that cell because I want this bar to be very large. You can adjust that number as you need it. It still says 0 because we have nothing yet. Now in the total, we want to get a count if all of the cells in the complete area say yes. And so as we type in yes, that total is going to update. Now I'm making sure I type in a due date ahead of time. And so you can see we've got 1, and this is 100% complete because we only have 1 due date listed. As we list more due dates, you're going to see that percentage go down. Test it out to make sure everything is good. Looks great. So as you can see, as we're typing in yes and removing it, the bar is going up accordingly. Next, what we want to do is select these milestones. I'm just going to paste them down here. We have 3, and let's put in some responsible people's initials so that it's filled out in the entirety. Now moving along up top, this is going to be another count if function of where they say an initial. So for each initial, you need to type in this formula exactly as shown because we want to get a count by assignee. So now that I've typed that in, you can drag this down, and we're just going to adjust the initials here. I've used $signs with this, so when I dragged it down, it didn't adjust the cells, it locked the cells for reference. So make sure you include those in the right spots. And then the last initials here, the LP we're going to update, and now we have a count of each, and this will automatically update as you change the initials. Let's go up to Insert, a 3D column chart. This could be any chart you wish. I'm going to click on the title and get rid of that. I already have a title of count by assignee, so I don't need one on the chart as well. And now it's going to show each assignee and the number that they are assigned. So you can go in here and you can change the quick style here to something different if you wish. I like the darker one. If you've got a lighter background, it really makes it stand out. And then you grab those little circles to resize. Now over to the left, we want to use the sum function. So we're going to type in this formula exactly as shown. And again, you're getting a sum and you're dividing by the count of total available in the due date. We want to see how many are done compared to not done. So in the not done, if you just type in 1 minus the done, you will get your difference. So now if I highlight all of this and insert another chart, this time it's going to be a donut chart. And I didn't mean to click on that. So let's go back over here now to quick styles and let's change this background to be the darker gray so it will match the other chart. And then we don't really need the legend or the title in here. We're going to color code done green and not done red, just like we did on the left. And so as we do this, it'll make it really clear that green means done and red is not done. So no need for a legend. So let's close that when we're done here. But first, actually, let's make this donut hole a little bit smaller so that the whole chart is thicker and just that much easier to read. So now if you again drag those circles and resize it, you can move this into place. And we've got this under all projects. So you can see that overall, between all the projects we have listed, which is only 2, you can see what's done and not done. So you can adjust these as you see fit. And then I'm going to change the color here just to put a dividing line. And we can make that a little bit smaller. Now next is the conditional formatting, and this is how you change the color with the bar. So you need to insert a formula, and you need to decide what cutoff or what percentage is going to be which color. So in this particular example, I am going to do greater than or equal to 0.67, and in that case, we want to change the color to green, hit OK. Now you need to set the rule each time you want to change the color. So for this one, this is going to be the middle range, and this is going to be the and function. And you could do something like somewhere in between, let's say 0.31 and somewhere under that 0.67. This is our mid-range. And for those, you might want to change it to like an orange or a yellow. I usually prefer red, yellow, green because it makes it really easy to tell. But if you wanted to use different shades of blue, you can just change the colors. And then for the last one here, this is going to be the red, or when we don't have very much done. So for this, again, you can make these numbers, these cutoffs, whatever you want. I'm going to do it below the 0.31 and then hit format. And then, like I said, this is the red. This is when not very much is done. So hit OK. Now we need to go and test it out. So you can see anytime it's above that 0.67, it's green. Looks exactly as we expected. So now I'm going to insert a text box here, and I want to link it to the done. So I just went up to the formula bar, typed in equals, and then click on the done number. And you can format this. You can remove the background, the outline. You can make it bold, make the text white, whatever you need to do to make it stand out. But now that percentage done is going to be that much clearer and easier to see because it's right on the donut chart. And then off to the right here, if you right click to format, you can change the color of those bars if you want. And you can change the gap width down so that they're bigger and that they stand out. And you can even change the shape of them. So let's go with something like a cylinder. So now as we update the yeses and the empty fields, everything is updating. Looks great. There's your dashboard.